Hello people, this is Nitin Singh and today we're going to learn about UI routing, also known as state-based routing. Let's add something to our HTML page. Let me remove this. Nope, that's not this. I need the tag, yeah. Let me add ng app tag and my module name will be app. Let's now add the bootstrap CDN for some design purpose. ES3 CDN. Okay, this is a shortcut for adding the CDN. If you don't know about the shortcut, do visit my first screencast on how to set development environment. Here we have added the bootstrap CDNs. Now let's add Angular CDNs. Okay, let me tell you the coolest way to add Angular CDNs using Visual Studio Code. Just you need to do is one thing. You need to install a package from the marketplace called as a CDN.js. You just need to install this and let me show you how to use it. Just press Ctrl P and then sign and okay, just type CDN.js, search for library, and now you have to just enter the name of the package you want. Angular. Here's the example. Here's all what you want. Now in this we want AngularJS. That's the all examples for Angular. Just choose the AngularJS and which version of AngularJS you want. Just choose that version. Current is 1.6.1. In that it has provided all this kind of stuff. I want minified JS insert into, yeah, as you can see it's the whole CDN script tag is inserted over here. Now let's add UI router CDN. So for that again we will follow the same step. Ctrl P and then sign CDN.js, search for library, have to enter Angular dash UI dash router. We have three options. First is the Angular UI router. Let's use the current version, that is 0.3.2. Use the minified one, insert into document. Okay, here we are. We have added the UI router library. Let's create a module. Let me create a folder called app. In that we will create a module in file app.js. Oops. No. If you don't know about how I am using this shortcut, do visit my first screencast on how to set up development environment. The code snippet is here. We will give the name of module, that will be app, and the dependency. Now for now dependency will be UI router, as we are using the third party UI router. It is provided by the UI team of Angular. Let's add the config file where all the state will be defined. Let's add syntax scope function. Let's add our config module to our module. Let's give name app config. Create a function called app config, and we require two dependencies. The best way to put dependencies is using $inject. The first dependency will be state provider, and another will be URL route provider. $URL router provider. Let's put dependency on a function as well. $URL. Okay, let's define some states using state provider dot state. First parameter will be the name of the state. Let's keep it simple like home, and it will take an object which have properties like URL. URL is a property where that's something you will see on the browser's URL. So there we will see /home and template URL to specify where my template currently resides in the root folder from home.tpl.html. Okay, here we have defined our state. Let's see how it looks in the browser. Let me add that partial page, that is home.tpl. TPL is for template, just to indicate that it's template. Let's add some bootstrap code in that. Let's add bootstrap alert, success alert with some kind of text to identify that this is our home view. This is my home view. Let's get back to application. Let me add all the scripts to my HTML page, the root directory, and the config file. And the important thing is where that partial page will get loaded. For that, it search for an attribute of UI view. Let's add a div and put the attribute in that. UI view. The partial page will get loaded into this div where we have given an attribute of UI view directive. Let me boot up my server and see this in action. As you can see, it has loaded my current view, that this is my home view. Refresh it. Okay, as you can see, we have loaded our home view here. And what if I don't specify any view? Okay, as you can see, as soon as I've removed the URL, it's not loading anything because we have not configured our state routing according to that. For that, we need to use our URL provider, that which state should be loaded when there is nothing defined. For that, I will use URL provider.otherwise method to load my home view. Here I will provide my URL. The URL of my state is /home. Let's see what happens now. As I have not defined any of the state, it had loaded the default state. So this is the work of the otherwise URL router provided on otherwise. When it don't get any of the specified state, it will load the default state, that is home. Let's add few more states in this. Let it call about state, some view. Let's on the view URL bar show /about and the template URL dot slash about. Let's give the view name about dot tpl dot html. This will be the name of the partial view. Let's add that view to my. Let's add some bootstrap code and allowed. Let's give name about. This is my about view. Let's save it. And let's add a navbar to navigate between both those views. For that I will add a bootstrap navbar bs3 nav basic. Let you title to your router. Just remove the srf as this will be no part of routing. Okay, here we will replace this with UI sref. We have to remove this href with UI sref and the name of the state, that is home. That will load the home page, and here it will be UI sref about. That will contain this names, the state name, that is home and about. So home and about. Let's put text about. Let's see how it looks. Okay, as you can see that we have a navbar, and let's navigate to about. You can see we have navigated to about and home. We can very easily do this. So this was for the today, friends. We will see how to use abstract routing for creating layouts using UI routing in my next session. Till then, goodbye.